You haven't pressed record on there yet, have you? Oh well then. Hi everyone.
We are live.
We're back in 2018 with a brand new podcast. Well, it's the same, but
it's the same, man.
We've got a new name.
Yeah, we've lost someone.
He's a big lad to lose, like.
Well, one man down, so.
Aye, Mark's not. Yeah, he's feeling a bit under the weather.
Yeah, he hasn't recovered from his New Year drinking session, perhaps.
Oh, his last didn't let him come. It's a Friday night.
We'll go with that one, Mark.
All right, Mark. All right, Mark. All right. Aye, so.
Happy New Year, though.
Aye, all the best. 2018. We've added a couple of letters to a podcast title.
Yep.
Because I'll win.
I kept getting asked all the time, they were going, how do you spell your podcast? People were trying to find it, and they just couldn't find it, so maybe they might be able to find it better.
So it's now called the All With Smiling Faces podcast.
Yeah, all with. Nice.
Not
proper English.
All With.
Aye, all with.
Does anyone even talk like that anymore?
Aye. Jodie downstairs.
No boy, aye, of course we aye.
Jodie at the bar just downstairs, I just heard him. The council jacket on, he was giving 10 out at the bar, mate.
Norman, looked like Norman off Fireman Sam. It's one for the kids.
Yeah, apparently he did, yeah.
Don't watch it, kids. Don't watch it. Not Fireman Sam, you can watch Fireman Sam. All you like. Don't move the bunny pandy. Right. So, shall we get straight in?
Might as well, I'm good at that. Getting straight in.
So, West Ham away.
Yes. Way back. God.
We went to our stadium. And everyone else's stadium.
Went where, sorry?
Our stadium. War Stadium. It's our stadium, we own it, don't we?
On what? Oh, that's...
West Ham
Oh,
Stadium.
right, I'm getting you. I'm thinking Newcastle straight when you say our. I don't...
No, we've got two.
I see what you mean, yeah. Aye. Well, somebody went. Literally went.
Aye. We've cut the wall off again. We're talking to the...
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're talking to the audience, but we're talking to him.
We're not talking to you good-looking people.
We're talking to that ugly one behind the camera. The poor kid, he just sits there.
Drinks away on his phone, aye.
Just has a pint. He gets his low battery signs out for her. He goes home and does this. And we just rip it out of him.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it, though, Adam? He did.
Can you speak louder? Did you enjoy it, Adam?
Yes.
That wasn't it. No,
Did you enjoy your view from, like, half a mile away from the pitch?
I couldn't see it.
I couldn't see it.
Do you not think on the telly, I think it does look lush, like on the telly. There's loads of like crisscrossy things going on. I don't know if that's...
What do you mean by lush?
Attractive. There, look, that's where he was. Look at how far he was over there, man.
That was your photo from the... That is absolutely horrendous.
It still looks nice, I'm going to be honest. It still looks nice, I think.
It's not a football stadium though, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's definitely not. But West Ham's not a football team, so it's alright.
What are they?
Twats.
There's a title for the podcast. West Ham or twats.
They really are, though. Like,
but we went there and I think everyone shit themselves when they saw the team. Everyone was like, Sophie, Diarmi, what the fuck?
Yeah. It was a shock to say the least, wasn't it, really?
9 seconds in. Well, it wasn't 9 seconds, but not much longer. Everyone was
Felt like
thinking, what the fuck is Sophie doing? That's why he's not starting.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, I'd text you, or certainly the group, saying that I had heard that he had been alright in training, but I didn't expect him to be in the lineup. Like,
that was a couple of days before the game, wasn't it?
And then he was in. I wouldn't say I was necessarily bothered by his inclusion. I just wasn't happy that it was him and Diarmi in the same centre midfield. I was like, Jesus, like,
yeah,
you've got two people here who...
You weren't expecting
one hasn't
the best,
played, one we don't particularly think's that good anyway. And they're meant to be propping up with midfield for the full 90 minutes, and I was a bit worried, like, to be honest. But
rightly so, I don't think anyone wasn't worried. I think everyone probably thought, "Fuck's sake, we've hided this one away already." But as usual, Rafa knows best.
He does, aye. Well, 1-0 down, he didn't at the time. Like, when he passed that ball back, I was like, "Oh, Jesus!"
At what point do you think Rafa went, "Oh fuck"?
As soon as the ball
went, as soon as he left his foot.
Yeah, aye, probably. But I, after the game, did you hear when Sevilla had said it was the cells, and I think Yedlin, and I think he said more as well, Diarmi, that they all got a hold of him and says, "Don't worry about it, like, it's just a mistake, get on with it." And he says it meant a lot to them that the players were straight over to them saying,
"Don't." He probably didn't understand the word they were saying at the time.
You would have had the full away fans going, "Yeah, fucking shit,
you fucking shit."
Whereas the people on the pitch were like, "It's alright, don't worry about it, let's get on with it." And I think he had a lot of balls to take that off Richie, like, because Richie was wanting to take that free kick from what I remember. He put the ball down.
Has Richie ever scored a free kick for it? Top where?
He may have.
Pre-season doesn't count. I can score a goal for a pre-season, man.
Possibly not. But no, I get what you're saying. Though.
Probably gone.
But to take the free kick after doing the mistake he did, it was a class free kick as well. At first, I thought it was poor goalkeeping, but when I seen it back again, like
he took that in, took it in right inside the post, took it in.
Corner, yeah, class, really good.
Thanks, Henry.
It meant most to him as well. You could tell when he was absolutely
buzzing, absolutely buzzing.
We'll come on a bit later.
What, where he got dropped?
Yeah,
we haven't seen him since.
Not even in the squad, man. Like.
Rafa had already ordered the hitman, man. When he gave that one away, he went, right, come get him after this game.
I'm going to be very good. Well, there's one game I won't be, but I'm going to be very good at not criticising things or situations. But that's a surprise. That someone you bring him in out of the cold. He then does a good job for you. He actually played well in the game as well. And then to not include him at all.
It's like a prostitute, isn't he?
Kind of, yeah.
If you hadn't had your leg over for a while, you bring Henry in.
Do what you got to do.
Just use him. Then go, see you later, mate. Come back to the wife.
Even he must be thinking, crikey, like, I've
crikey.
scored, like, I've scored. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Steve Irwin. Crikey.
Crikey.
I love the word crikey. It's absolutely amazing. But it turned out to be quite a good game.
Well, from 1-0 down, 2-1 up.
Who scored the second?
I'm all right. Because that was what was laughable, because everyone had been on Twitter going, they just put them
These two was them two, wasn't it?
And then both of them scored, and that was pretty epic. Like, even Rafa must have been just thinking, I'm amazing. Like, he must have thought...
There was a game, I think it was the season we got relegated. I can't remember who we were playing, but I slated 2 players at half-time. I think it might have been Gouffran. It was Gouffran and Colback, I think. And I swear to God, both of them scored within minutes after I slated them.
It might have been Liverpool away, because I think
Colback
was the only goal he scored, I think, was...
I'm sure it was Gouffran and Colback where I was absolutely giving them pelters. Then, like, 10 minutes into the second half.
2-2, and he scored.
Oh, well, that's who am I slating next?
I think, like, when they went 1-0 down, I honestly thought, we'll go again. Like, I honestly, they were conceded so early as well. I thought, oh, Jesus. And then they go to 2-1.
It was like the reverse of what's been happening to us recently.
Unreal. And then we scored the second goal. I still had to stop celebrating that goal, and we got a penalty away. That actually wasn't a penalty, but Clark dove in.
Oh, yeah.
And then they got the penalty. That wasn't a pen, but he missed it anyway.
Is that where it was outside the box?
It was outside the box, yeah. But still, if you see how they got that penalty, you're like, for God's sake, we've just scored. Like, just keep hold of the ball. Yet again, we made life difficult for ourselves, and then Clark dove in. But outside the box, though, in all fairness to him, it was outside the box. Give a penalty, I thought, here we go again. Like, just us shooting ourselves in the foot, not getting the right decision. And to be fair, go back to the first half. Richie hit the post with a hell of a shot. Gale hit the bar. We should have been almost out of sight before.
Was that like 2 successive games, wasn't it? Where we it was like 4 times in 2 games.
But we had Everton, woodwork. Where we lost 1-0, but we hit the woodwork twice. And then you had this game again, where we found ourselves 1-0 down and we had hit the woodwork twice. We managed to obviously win the game, but that was a classic counter-attacking performance. Like, that
was back to the way they were like playing at the start of the season, wasn't it?
Abundance of pace.
Like realising you've came up as a newly promoted team, so you just think, we'll just go and play our game.
The third goal was immense, I thought. Like, it was. If you imagine if, like, Liverpool or Man City had scored that, that would have just been like shown as like vintage class football, because it was the way they broke.
We can have a little Atu loving now that Mark's not here, because if we mention Atu now, you go, he's canny, but his final ball. Fuck you, Mark.
The jury will always be out on him, but I think he's been the best signing that. I personally think he's been a better signing than Marino. But I think he's been better than Marino, and I love Marino, but I think he's better not as a player. I do think Marino's a better player. I just mean as a signing, I think Atsu's given more. I think he's given more assists, more goals. But he's still. We'll get on to it. But
he's raw, innit?
There's other games where you think Minty's starting.
How old is Atsu? That's your job. Find out how old Atsu is.
I'm going to go 23.
Not people watching a game.
I'll go for 23.
We're just guessing.
Just a guess.
African age or English age?
23, both.
Well, he's definitely no. If we cut him in half and counted the rings, he'd be ready to be 60, like.
Perhaps.
That's how you count an African man's age? Just like a tree?
There?
Because we've got about 10 passports.
25.
Oh, is he 45? 25. I'll give him some credit. Remember, what's his face that was signed? Mbia or whatever he's called. He was only supposed to be 12.
Oh, God, he was about 50.
Oh.
Aye.
He had a hard people around, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, aye. Yeah. That's why he couldn't play any games. He was knackered. He was too old. Played 1-1 against Stoke away.
Is he still playing now?
Is he still playing?
Is he like retired? Is he like delivering free papers or something somewhere? Remember free papers? Can you get them anymore?
No.
Don't do you?
No.
Oh, well.
Never used to read the free paper, like, but never ever read it. But I remember them. I remember them well.
There's always like some ugly fucker delivering them, weren't there?
Oh,
like some orc.
You got like 4 doors got delivered and the rest was hiding in the nearest bin. Or like a bush. You just walk past the bush and there'd just be a pile of papers on top of it.
Right, so we'll quickly jump through all these ones.
That game was struggled when Carroll come on the pitch. Like, really struggled. But I thought Lascelles did so well against them.
That was the game where I posted the video of Lascelles in the dying minutes, wasn't it? He done like 3 clearances, didn't he?
He was injured at the time.
He cleared it, he headed it, and then he cleared it again, didn't he?
Unreal. Unbelievable. Love the bloke. Honestly, love him.
I do love him. Oh, I've got you a present.
You've got me a present?
Yeah.
Love presents. Love presents.
No.
I even looked as well.
Got you a present?
Oh, is it what I think it is? Oh, look at this one. Oh, that's going straight on the
cocaine. That wouldn't have picked up on the camera. It just looks like a bag of coke, doesn't it?
Captain, leader, Lascelles. Thank you very much, buddy.
Add it to the collection.
That's going straight on me.
If you want to buy one, Etsy.
Oh, I'm
Search for Gallagher shops.
Love them. I really do.
Don't tell the taxman.
I also love that Sue's nutmeg on Zabaleta. That was equally as special.
It's always nice to see a nutmeg, isn't it?
Beautiful, especially when it's not against me.
Speaking of nutmegs, when did Paul Dummett come back?
Yeah, the Brighton. No.
Was it the Brighton game?
City game.
City game.
I went 3. Well,
right.
119 at the back and he
moving on. City game.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That performance, right? Forget the whole game as a whole. Like, we'll not dissect it individually because there's nothing much that we can talk about on a Newcastle point of view. At the end of the game, what were your thoughts? Like, did we embarrass the Premier League, is what some of these pundits were saying?
Well, if you want, I've got 2 answers in a way because if I look at it logically, I know you say not dissect, but if I go to full time and I go right, actually I get it, understand what we did what we do because of that. But when I was watching the game and I was there, I'm not going to lie to you, I was sitting there quite embarrassed. I'm not going to lie to you, I was sitting there going, wow, this is pretty awful. Like, even though I knew why we were doing it, it was embarrassing. And if any fan can sit there and honestly say that it was...
You're not getting your money's worth at all, are you?
You're not, but I understand why we did it, because if we opened up, they nearly killed her anyway. I mean, the post went 9 times or something. It was ridiculous. But I understand why we're the shape we were. I do get that, but God, it was embarrassing, man. Like, I was honestly sitting there going, cringing. Like, I was actually cringing.
The first
20
minutes were painful.
Oh, it was unbelievable, man.
It's like we weren't even trying to like make a pass to get into their half. It was just like kick it.
Mm-hmm. Just as if it
remember
was
that advert, that Peter Kay advert where you just go have it. That what we're doing.
Shelby got it at one point. 10 minutes in, he tried to make a pass. He went for a 1-2 and it broke down. And there wasn't even an intention for him to press the ball. It was shit. I need to get back to this little square I'm supposed to be. And I seen that and I was like, oh my lord, this is going to be like this for not for the full game, but it's certainly going to be like this for a while. And I was embarrassed. I'm not going to lie, I was embarrassed. Even though at the end of the game, I understood exactly why it was what it was. I totally got it. I was sitting there cringing. I was like, Jesus, this is awful. And I knew we were on telly as well, and I thought, we are going to get ripped for this. Because being realistic, and I don't really want to mention them, but you imagine if we had to watch Sunderland perform like that. Our fans would have had them, would have absolutely had them for that. Because it's not what we're used to, and it's not playing the game in the right way, in my opinion. It's not. Like, there's a way of defending and being hard to beat, and there's a difference between that and just absolutely...
Do you think that we're now at the point where the gulf in talent from the top half of the Premier League, well, top 6, to the bottom half of the Premier League table is huge? Teams are now got to go out and try not to concede 4, 5, 6.
Maybe. I know people will say that. I mean, if I go back to say the 90s that I remember, like of Arsenal were like Bergkamp and Petit and Vieiras and all of that. At that time, you had like Oldham Athletics in the league and that, man. And Ipswich Towns were like even worse players that are out now. And like fair enough, they probably were getting hammered 4-5. And there is a massive golfing classic. That's why the top 6 is on a league of its own, isn't it? You've got likes of them. You've then got 3 teams that do nothing. Then you've got 10 others that can all get dragged in.
All fighting now.
So I do get that the golfing class is huge, but I don't know. I mean,
it's not an excuse, is it?
It's not really. No, it's not. I think we played. Honestly, I think if you had said to us we were a League One team or a Championship team in a cup game against Man City, then that first half is that.
Right. You're probably right.
We're not, and I know people are going to bang the drum of we're a Championship team in the Premier League. I'm sick of hearing that one as well. But we're a Premier League team at the end of the day, and I don't feel that at home as a Premier League team you should face anyone like that. As much as I get why we did it, I just think it was. I don't know.
Flip it over, and I'll just play devil's advocate here. The main goal this season for us is to not get relegated. Right? I don't care what anyone says. Our main goal is to not get relegated.
Absolutely, yeah.
Come the end of the season, if the teams go down on goal difference,
that's
a master stroke.
It's an extra point, really, isn't it?
And at the end of that game, we could have nicked a draw. We had 2 goal opportunities at the end of the game. Gale's header just went wide of the post, and there was another chance. I can't remember what it was.
Well, remember Aaron's in the first half had one cleared off the line. It was the first time we went forward, and he had one off the line. It was a clever effort. He dinked over the keeper.
Aaron's looked like he was
lead boots.
Aye,
yeah, he looked terrible. Terrible. He looked either shot
for a player that I know he hasn't had much game time, but he keeps posting on his Instagram. And he's it seems like he's trying to put himself out there to me on his social media things. He's always training. He's always working outside of Newcastle United to get fit. So you'd expect him to come on and make an impact. Well, not come on, he started, but like make an impact on the pitch. But he just seemed like he was knackered.
He did look knackered. I don't know if it was a kind of that he was nervous of the situation
or the game plan.
Again, another thing which is hard to believe. And I know Rafa does what he wants to do, but you go back to the Xavier game, for example. He's never played. That was a huge game for us, that West Ham one. That was must win, really.
If we had lost that,
exactly,
what followed over the Christmas period would not have happened.
And he's brung a player in who's never played at all, and he's brung him in. That would hurt. He's brought.
When he was not watching, I just took your wallet off his face.
He brought Xavier in, who hasn't kicked the ball since ever really, in the biggest game of the season. I thought was that one. I know it works. The point I'm trying to make. And then you've got Man City. He brings in Aaron's, who's never played. He played Murphy. He went 5 at the back. He brought a member in who's never played. He brought Drummond in, who hasn't kicked the ball in months.
What everyone said though, and I understood this, was the fact that those players were starting because Rafa was looking at the next 2 games to follow.
Absolutely,
right? And I fully backed that. I thought, right, fair enough. Great decision, right? Moving on to the Brighton game, horrible decision, because those players that came in did not do anything.
That's not Rafa's fault, though, is it?
No.
I don't think it is. I mean,
but those players that were rested, that was shocking. If those are our rested players, and that's our strongest team going out against Brighton, that was poor. Fucking
it was
poor.
Absolutely dreadful. You think if you go back to the City game in regards to when he made his substitutions, like, God, the atmosphere was mint at that game. I thought as well, the City game. I don't know. There was this sort of like siege mentality by the fans of like us against the world, especially when it got to 70 minutes, and he made them changes, and then all of a sudden we were on the offensive. Gale in real time, I thought was a penalty. It clearly wasn't a penalty, but at the time when I was there, I was like, that's a pen. That could have snuck a draw, and then everyone left that game. Maybe a bit argumentative on Twitter because of what Neville was saying, and people were really going at it on him. But other than that, everyone was really positive, thinking, Mint, we haven't getting hammered. Confidence is still high. I think
the reason people are going at Neville is because other teams have done exactly the same as what we did. And it seemed to pinpoint us saying, you shouldn't sit and defend at home, blah, blah, blah. But City, Man U done exactly the same as what we did.
If you look at the stats,
Evan done exactly the same.
Yeah,
wasn't it the game after? Or I can't remember who they were playing out.
Well, I remember playing Everton against Liverpool. It was Big Sam's first or second game, and them never come out their own half.
But the difference is, because Allardyce is English, we think a defensive football manager, and you think, oh, fantastic, he's managed to nick a point against Man City, blah, blah, blah. We do, and we very nearly nicked a point. Yeah. Pint, I said pint, who gets a pint? Point, in the end. If we had nicked it at the end, and it's 1-1, master stroke, everyone's praising Rafa.
That is the problem, we didn't get the goal.
Yeah.
And as much as I agree with what you're saying...
Yeah, I get 3 points there.
I agree totally with what you're saying. I just wish we had nicked that goal, because what I noticed slightly is Twitter's reaction then was, no matter what our fans try to say, even constructive fans, I was going to get involved, but I thought, what's the point? You know. But anyway, John Hutchison was having a right go. John Hutchison was really kicking off.
I think he's blocked me.
And someone responded to him saying, well, he put it really constructively as well, like, because some people just instantly shout, like they just have a go straight away, and he constructively put, listen, we are looking at goal difference as well, and at the end of the day we've only lost 1-0, where that might come back and help her, it might not, but it might, and he then he like quoted that tweet and says, oh, is that why it's getting new for Newcastle fans, you're thinking about goal difference? And I'm thinking, for fuck's sake, 1 minute we'll get called deluded saying that we expect too much. The next, we've got a realistic fan base going. Let's look at goal difference, and we're getting wrong for that.
We've said this so many times about Newcastle United, though. There's no middle ground.
No, there's not.
There's nothing either. Say, if we went in that game saying, oh, I definitely think we could get a draw out of this. Oh, we could get a win out of this. People going, oh, he's a deluded. There's no way we're getting anything out of this. We turn around and say, oh, understood why you've done it. Well, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, why are you happy with football like that? Well, we're not happy, but we understand why it was done.
That's because we're intelligent. Well, some of us. We understand why we did that. And as much as I totally understood why, I understand the team selection, because we had the game on the weekend. I was still embarrassed. I'm not going to lie. The first half an hour, I was like, wow, this is different.
Shite.
But I wish we had nicked it, because it would have made his tactics right. And then you go to the Brighton game, as you've said. The team, I was so happy with the team. I thought the team was the right team.
It was an attacking team, and all the journalists were coming out saying, like, before the team had been announced, like Mark Douglas, like Lee Ryan, that's saying Rafa's gone for an attacking team. He's going for this game. Fast forward 90 minutes. Holy shit. If that is our attacking team, it seemed like two teams absolutely shitting themselves in case they conceded a goal.
Yeah, it did. It screamed that.
Just no one wanted to concede.
Them were dreadful.
I think if that game had been offered to our players in Newcastle United and Brighton, you just can walk away from this game as a draw. You just both get a point each. They went, okay, bye. We'll take that. Because no team looked like they were desperate. Knockout, he was shite. I love it when he's shite against us.
I've never seen him play well this season, to be honest with you. He runs like he's a nutcase. When he runs with the ball, he runs like he runs like quite stumpy, like he's quite
like Shaqiri.
Aye, very much so. And
he still only got player of the season because his dad died. I was bringing that back
up.
True, yeah. I got pelters for that last time. Do it again.
I think I tell you what they're good at. Brighton is strangleholding the game, where we couldn't get the ball off them at times, but they weren't doing anything with it. They were just passing it around in triangles in their own half. For some reason, we wouldn't press them, and that's what fucked us off a lot. Because I was like, every time we press them, every time they kick it out of play for a throw-in, or they keep us spoon it out somewhere. But for some reason, we wouldn't press them, and I couldn't work that one out. I don't know. I mean, they're the type of games where...
Thanks.
To say I was embarrassed at the City game, thinking of it now, I'm probably more embarrassed that that's our home performance against Brighton. Like, that's the best that we could muster up. And I thought, tactically, we were terrible, I thought... And
I go to a front. Was Yosselu and Gale
up front? Gale couldn't trap a bag of cement that game. He was horrific that game.
If this is the football, right? My hands, Gale's body. It's his foot, it's his chest, it's his head, right? This is his first touch.
Every time. And you know what makes us laugh? Still seeing more people on Twitter having a go at Yosselu. And I thought he was the only player that actually looked intelligent and like was trying to link the game up. And because let's be fair as well here, our negativity, in my opinion, from that game started with Darlow, because Darlow would not pass it out from the back. Period. Would not do it. Don't know if he's worried about giving the ball away in the score or what. They just kept lumping it. And I think Yosselu won at least 70%. Oh, that's all he does. Even Lascelles was coming back going, I'm here. Or Clark did, Marino did a few times. Get up. And he hoofed it up. Yosselu, I think, won about 60-70% of it in the air. And he's not just winning them. He's actually, there's an
doing something with
behind
them.
It. He's doing loads of chests off to Richie or to Gale. Nothing. You kind of blame, Yosselu can only do so much. He's not blistering with pace, so he's never going to take it down and beat men. Of course he's not, but I thought he played well. I honestly did. He was the only one that even had a shot at, from what I remember. It went wide, but again, he's a bit of a scapegoat, I think.
We're going back to way at the point now where we've only said Yosselu has had one bad game for Newcastle United.
Well, I don't know. He maybe had more than that, but I think
I'm not saying he's had unbelievable games, but he's always seems to be the player that you can tell he's grafting.
Oh, he works really hard. You kind of question him for that. Like, he works so hard. And that Brighton game, I thought he was the best player. I honestly did. I thought he was the best player. I thought, to be fair to him, I thought the back five were good, in all fairness. I thought, apart from Darlow's distribution timing, his day job he did quite well. And what I did see interesting, somebody put on the team that beat Brighton away in the Championship, you know, the 2-1.
So 2 changes.
Aye, it was the same team. And that's... I know people are then bang the drum of, oh, well, it's a Championship team in the Premier League. Yeah, it is. Maybe it is, but...
That 2 changes.
That team
was
there should be...
Yosselu and
would have been
Marino.
Yosselu, yeah, I think, which the opposite would have been... Perhaps Shelby would have played, obviously, in that game.
Was Diame playing that game?
I think he came off the bench. Oh, no, it might have been...
Perez
might have...
Perez would have started.
Perez came...
scored.
I think Perez came off the bench, if I remember rightly. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is, back five was identical. Your wingers were identical. Richie had to... It was the same team. Hayden was on. Which it is awful when you look at it that way.
Speaking of Richie, right, because I want to bring this up, right, I noticed this the other day. Do you think Richie, as a winger, slows our game down? We've spoken about it before, that his lack of crossing first time, but I noticed, I can't remember what game it was, it might actually be in the Brighton game, where we were on the attack, on the counter-attack, and he seems to get the ball and he just stops. And that gives the players a chance to catch back up and get him into position. It just seems like our game plan, when Richie's on the pitch and he gets a ball, he does not want to go forward and carry on the run.
Yeah.
So if the ball is played in front of him, it doesn't seem like he wants to carry on running. It seems like he wants to stop and look back into midfield and get it back in.
Yeah.
And I noticed that our game plan
he's not an offensive winger,
so slow. No.
He's not an offensive winger. He's not like an Atsu where Atsu would get at you. Do you know what I mean? He's not that type of player. He's obviously low on confidence. I still think his work rate's there. He's still trying. But even his corners, his free kicks, his crosses, just aren't coming off at all. Like he's just
first man in it.
Yeah, he just looks really. He looks really poor.
Looks defeated, doesn't
he? A couple of things for me as well in that Brighton game. I've never seen Yedlin get beyond Richie once in the whole game. And that, when Richie does play well, I think a lot of that is to do with Yedlin as well, coming up to help him.
Yeah.
I never seen that. And another thing which I couldn't believe, and Rafa's a million times cleverer than I am, you had Atsu and Richie were dreadful that game. I thought Atsu was shocking.
Atsu did a really, really bad game.
I couldn't believe for the life of us that he didn't swap wings for just 10 minutes. Let Richie go the other side, let Atsu come in. You've been trying this for an hour now and it's never done nothing. Swap wings for a bit. And if it doesn't work, swap back.
Yeah.
And he kept them on the same wings all the way through, and neither one could do a single thing. And I just couldn't work it out. I couldn't. Because I thought Atsu coming inside, he might create a bit of trouble coming on the inside when he was left foot and maybe having a shot or whatever. Yeah. Never switched wings once, which I couldn't believe.
Well, that team at full time got booed off the pitch. We never like to see boos at the end of the game, but that was the game where I could understand where fans weren't happy.
Yeah.
Because what we say that we should be beating teams like this, and deep down, I think we should. And I know we get slated quite a lot, not us individually, but as a fan base where we expect to win games. I expected to win that.
Yeah, I did as well. I did actually. I said the way the Aston will do these today. I've said this a few times, and normally they're the games they didn't win.
Was it they hadn't won a away game?
Now that I looked at the programme before, and it was just loss. Every game was a loss. Would never. I think what annoyed us, if you're coming from that game, it's 0-0, and you've hit the post twice, and you've had a goal that was offside and wasn't, and you had you missed a penalty, and you could actually say, God, we had them on the ropes. We never had them on the ropes at any point in 90 minutes. That's embarrassing.
I think they pulled off a canny save.
Oh, he did against Gale. There was one against Gale. It was unreal. Atsu put a ball in.
Tipped it around the post, didn't he?
It was incredible. I don't know how Atsu found Gale. He whipped it in, and Gale was between two defenders, and he got the head out of it.
That's the only chance in my head that stands out.
And that's not good enough against them at home.
Like we say, we don't expect players to get booed off, but if you did boo, I fully understand that in that situation, because that was shocking. And the fact that we just came from the City game where I saw a very similar game.
I go to the matches with my dad, and he's the most positive. My dad never boos, honestly, never. He always tries to be, encouraging, upbeat all the time. And I think it was about 70 minutes, and he was sitting with his arms folded, with his hand, and he went, God, this is really bad. And for him to say that, I knew it is bad, because we've been going 10 years, maybe that together, and we've seen some real shit. And literally he said, God, this is really bad. This is awful. And it was dreadful. It really was. And he made substitutions. He brought Perez on. He brought Murphy on. I don't know. Do you know, if you go back to the West Ham game, we scored 3 goals. We'll look deadly on the counter-attack. I don't know if it's something to do about at home at the minute, because we haven't scored a goal in 6 games. We haven't won a game at home. I don't know if it's just the whole environment, the crowd. I don't know what it is, but
I can't remember who it was, but it was at the very start of the championship, and I'm sure it was the very start of the championship. We weren't winning games, and we were struggling. The first 3 games and that. And I can't remember who it was, but it was a journalist or ex-player or pundit or someone said St James's Park is a hindrance to Newcastle United. And at that time, I thought, he's full of shit, blah, blah, blah. But maybe they're kind of right at some point.
Well, I mean, if you go back to Brighton, I honestly can't. I mean, that's how bad it was. We didn't even sing for Chris Hughton. So that's how bad of a game it was, because we didn't even sing. There's only one.
We do normally acknowledge him, don't we?
Always acknowledge him. But it was that poor of a game. We couldn't even get behind anything in life at that time. It was that negative. Not negative. It was just very...
Flat was flat.
Flat, aye. Even the players were flat. Everyone was just flat. Just the way it was like, can't really be arsed today. That's what it felt like. Even the fans, I felt like that. I'll be honest, sitting there going, fuck, no, this is awful.
So because I was sick of drinking. Was that the day we had been out on the drink all day as well? The Brighton game? Oh, fucking hell. Wasn't it? You sure? Nah, it wasn't, man. So when did we go to Brighton?
I was ill Boxing Day. That shit bug thing what was going around. Sick, shit, just the worst day of my life, Boxing Day.
Should have put it on the pitch, mate, score.
And then I went to Brighton and it was the same, but visually. It was a poor one, it really was.
Right, after the Brighton game, we'll jump straight to our most recent one. Stoke away.
Oh, this was lovely.
And I said, do you know how I describe Stoke as a place? Oh, if you go in your house...
My door virus after the toilet, after I went, but Did I send you a picture of that?
No.
Oh, it was the other group. I was just shit everywhere. And I went to the lads, I'm really bad. And the lads went, prove it. I just sent them a picture of my bog. It was...
disgusting.
Oh, like...
Was it like me on the way back from Norwich?
Yes, yeah, it was.
I've had about 20 shits on the way back from Norwich. If not more.
I had 36. It's a record for me in 9 hours.
Your arse must have been red.
Oh, it was killing it. I went through a full bog roll, you know.
Did you use baby wipes?
I did in the end, just to try and give it some help. Like, I was literally... I had 36. It was the worst I've ever been.
Right, so Stoke, Stoke is a place I described it as, because I've only been once. Right, I'll never go again. You could not pay me to go to Stoke again.
Was it a Denver Bar hat trick when you went?
No, it was the
we lost.
The left back. Who was the left back that we got linked with in the side of him? Him. The way he crossed it and went over Krull.
Oh,
was Jesus, that one?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So I describe Stoke as go home, pull your oven off the wall, then look behind it. That's Stoke. Stoke is a fucking dump.
Yeah, it is.
And the coppers don't let you in the city centre.
How did Shaqiri sign for them? But anyway, sorry, yes. Continue.
Don't let you in the city centre. So we pulled up in the coach, coppers straight in front of us. Back on the coach, lads. He's going to the ground.
In the terrace, is it? It says there's no, because we made him. I went and he sent us a picture, and on the wall it had sorry, there's no drink will be served here. So you're not getting a drink in the ground. I can't remember. But I just changed that.
Coppers sent me to the ground. Got to the ground, and we go. Where we're supposed to drink? Nothing around. The only place where you can have a drink is the Toby Carvery, or it's like a sports centre. It's like Horton and Western Welfare.
Right.
That was it.
Did they let you in?
Oh yeah, we took over the kids' football games and that, man. But I of course let them because must make an absolute killing off away fans, man.
Yeah, true.
Like anyone that's got some money,
kids activities
go to Stoke and buy a pub right near the ground, and you make an absolute fortune off away fans because coppers don't let you in anyway.
We'll call it all the smiling faces pub.
Just once a year we'll open it. Just once a year. Pubcast. That's what you call it. I like that.
I was so happy that we won this game because I don't often do this, but I watched Mark Hughes' press conference before the game.
He's pretty neat.
He had rested 108 players against Chelsea and they got beat 5-0, so they were like on him saying...
Oh, he's in the game saying we expect to win this, didn't
and he went, well, we're going to win on Monday. Like, there wasn't even a hint of anything else. Like, not even, it'll be a difficult game. It was, oh, well, I've done that because we're going to win on Monday. Like, literally was that, and I was like, fuck.
Similar to what we were seeing with the team that was against City. As fans, Rafa never said it, but as fans, we'll go in the Brighton game, we'll have a good game.
Yes.
Oh, but he was sitting around as a manager and saying, we'll beat Newcastle.
He was full
This shite.
Yeah, that was exactly it. And to be fair, and I'll be honest here, behind closed doors, yes, that's the message he should be saying to his players. Yeah. We're at home, we should be beating these fuckers. I know. He should be. I would be saying the same.
I know there was a someone tweeted out saying, right, there's Newcastle United's team talk. Stick that one in the dressing room well.
Oh, 100%. I would definitely have played that one. This is what he thinks he was. And in fairness, I thought we played really well.
Yeah.
I really honestly did. And I'm saying this more and more and more about away games. I'm saying it. Even Arsenal, we got beat 1-0. I thought we played really well. West Ham, amazing. This game, amazing. And they're all away from home. We could have won that game more than that.
Oh yeah.
Don't get us wrong. Stoke could have equalised.
Stoke had loads of chances.
You know, towards the end of the game, but leading up to that, I thought we were by far the better team. Like Clark Smith was. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do it. I don't know.
It's Clark Smith was like Gale's first touch.
Aye, it was. Aye. Yeah. I mean, obviously, no one more than him wants to score, of course, but
he was literally this far out.
Yep. Aye. Yep. I don't know how we do it, honestly.
It's
if he had cleared that as a defender, I would have went, God, how did you not put that in?
I like his tweet afterwards.
Oh, what did he say?
To Perez.
Is he? He's not real though, is it that?
Oh, was that not the real one?
No, I don't think it was a real Clark. I used to follow him. I'm sure it's a fake one. But I could be wrong. He may be on it now. But when I used to follow Clark, it wasn't him. I didn't think.
Oh well, I think he does have one. It's just not verified on it. But I think he does have. I think the club said it was him.
Oh, fair enough. I'm wrong. Then.
But I don't think he uses it very often. Yeah. I might be completely wrong, like.
No, you may be right.
If it was the fake one, well done at the fake one.
Fair enough.
Do you see what he tweeted out?
I didn't know.
He tweeted out saying the usual bullshit, great game, lads, blah blah blah, and at the end it just said, "Thanks, Perez." Tagged him in it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Perez.
Well, that's starting we had though, man. He started Perez when he's up front on his own.
On his own, didn't have a striker.
Never done. I don't think he's ever put Perez on his own up front. I don't think he has, from what I remember. So this is again proves, my God, he changes, doesn't he, and plays different for. I don't think we've got the players capable to do this.
Change.
One minute you're left wing and I'll put you up front and I'll drop you next week. I don't think we're good enough, logically, technically good enough to be able to do that. You know,
it worked then, though, didn't it?
But it worked then. And we did it work then, no doubt about it.
So, Perez, we've been quite critical. Well, mainly Mark.
And me at times, in fairness.
Who isn't he? Fuck you, Mark.
Love you, Mark.
Say fuck you, Mark.
No. There's no need for that. That'll affect team morale.
You won't listen anyway. You never listen anyway.
No, you fuck you, Mark.
But Mark especially, he doesn't like Perez, does he? But
with good reason, in fairness.
And I've always said that he always looks like he's grafting, but he's not doing much. But since he's been dropped and he has been coming on, I've seen a change in him.
Maybe.
I think he does offer something different, and I don't think anyone else is offering the same as what he does.
Which is?
Grafting his arse off and working the wings. I know, like, Joselu, you can argue, say that he does do that, but from Joselu, I don't want him to do that. I don't want Joselu to go on the wings. Perez, I'm happy for him to get himself on the wing.
Well, the few games he came on against Brighton, he took off Richie for him and he played him right
on the
wing.
left.
I think he's
he's
better out wide because I don't know if he has more time or if he loses it, it's not as dangerous. I don't know, but he's better in that area. However,
he has a tendency to drift.
In fairness to Perez, when he has played up front, he has scored goals. Going back to when we got relegated, I'm going way back now. When he has played up front, he actually has getting a few goals.
Yeah.
And he scored, obviously, again. That's such an important goal. And he scored against Lemon.
Huge.
Murphy's ball over, and I've been very critical of Murphy. And
I think we need to give Murphy some credit.
100%.
He's starting to prove now that he is better than the Championship. I don't think he's a Championship player. I think he's quite in between. Do you know how I put Gale in that in between phase?
He's definitely got something because
he's improving.
He is improving, yeah, he is. I think at home, maybe like a lot of them, he doesn't look very good at home. I thought he came on against Brighton, he looked absolutely dreadful.
It's probably because he's shitting himself.
This is going back to that argument again, or that opinion of he looked dreadful when he come on. Like really, he couldn't. He had just come on the pitch and he couldn't track back. But that to me is, when you're so. I've played football at quite a high level, and I've been in a situation where you are a bit nervous. You are nervous, and you think, I'll make it look like I'm trying to track back, but really I've got no intention of doing it. Do you know what I mean? I'm just doing it so people around us think I'm trying to do it, and it's that sort of nervous thing that you have, and maybe that's what he's getting. Whereas when he's away from home, they're getting supported for 90 minutes, come hell or high water. And maybe the pressure is off them a little bit when they're away from home.
Of course it is.
And Murphy, do you know, going back to the Brighton game, did you see he came on and he put a crossover about the last minute, right in the dying seconds, and he put a crossover that was... Did you see that? I don't know if you were still there by then.
Oh,
he put a ball over. It was absolutely quality, like real quality. No one was on the end of it. It didn't come to anything. But it was a first-time cross, and I thought, wow, like, do you know when someone can just do that? I was thinking, whoa, we ain't got many people that could put a ball over like that. Like, it just, the technique and everything. And the similar technique was the Perez one. I know this was a low cross.
Yeah.
But the technique for the Perez one was very, very similar. But what I loved about that goal was he got the ball and wasn't scared to carry the ball. Going back to what you said about Richie, where Richie in that situation would have not...
He would have ended up back at Shelby or Marino.
Absolutely. He would have not get in the area where Murphy crossed it. Because Murphy picked it up in his own half and just ran. Yeah. He just kept on running. At first I thought he's just running down a blind alley. I honestly did, but I thought, so what? At least you're running with the ball. Then he puts over that cross, which was just absolutely quality, that ball.
Yeah.
Absolutely quality.
Lovely, wasn't it?
Oh.
Absolutely lovely.
It was amazing. Honestly, God, it was fantastic. And I was really happy for him. You could see how much it meant to him when he ran over to the fans, and it was brilliant, absolutely amazing.
Well, afterwards he went on social media and he went, "Oh, like me first
assist, Premier League assist."
Yeah, first Premier League assist, wasn't it? First Premier League was two things he put out, but first Premier League assist.
Yeah. So to him, you know, obviously there'll be people going, "Fucking, he's celebrating an assist." So there'll always be someone that'll have a go. Always someone. What's he celebrating an assist for? But maybe that proves how much he's looking at his own sort of performances.
He probably isn't happy with how he's started his career at Newcastle United, and rightly so, because he has failed to flatter at the very start. But right now, it's about time we give him credit. Maybe we should step back as fans a little bit and stop criticising him so much, because at the start he was poor. There's no denying that he was poor.
I'll be very honest, and I know people had to go at me for what I said. I just call what I see, and he played very poor before, and now he's doing canny well.
Yeah,
that's all I can say, and all the best of him. Nobody wants him to be more of a success than I do. Probably his mum and dad do, but other than them, I'm right behind them. I want him to be amazing.
That's the thing that if you see a player, you'll get some fans that turn around and say, you just don't want them to see him do well. Of course I want it. I want every single player that wears a black and white shirt, I want to see do well.
What I do hope, I think...
Apart from Gouffran.
What I do hope is I hope that this may possibly maybe make Richie perhaps lift his game or think about... Richie, to be honest, Richie screams the carrot out of me of, you know, he'd want to beat you, it's a beat you in the house. Like, he just has that nature for me you spoke about before, where you've said he's controlled the ball, he's charged the ball down, and he's in the face.
Screaming.
Nobody, I don't think, wants to win more than Richie, to be honest. It's just, obviously, he is going through a bad run of form. But seeing Murphy do that on his side of the field, Richie must be thinking, oh, Jesus, like, if I don't get my act together...
You'll come in and steal me thunder.
You never know. And, you know, that type of competition can only be good.
Especially after the great season Richie had last year.
He was amazing.
He was player of the championship last season.
He was, definitely. Yeah.
Without a shadow of doubt.
100%. Yeah. I think up until Christmas, I'd said it was between him and Shelby, because I remember when Shelby got banned.
I'm talking about as a whole, the whole championship.
But then, obviously... But he did go through a bad spell, Richie, in all fairness to him. But you cannot not. You cannot play 40 games a season and not have a bad run. You know what I mean? You're not Messi, for Christ's sake. But it's just a bit... He is going through a bad run now. And hopefully with Murphy, I'd love to see Murphy maybe get more runs, you know, in the game. Maybe playing away from home works better for Murphy, because Stokes, any team we play away from home is going to come out with.
You never know with Rafa Benitez, or do you?
No, you don't. I mean, tomorrow, tomorrow could be...
it's going to be a young squad tomorrow. You're probably listening and watching this, and the games are probably already gone. We're probably out of the cup, but... It's going to be a young squad, isn't it?
They're going to be really good tomorrow, I think, Luton as well. They're not a bad team. They're top of the league, aren't they? And League One or whatever it is. And they're bringing a big fan base. It's a massive day for them tomorrow. It's not the end of the world if we do lose, though, in fairness. But still, I don't want to, of course. You never want to lose a game. But it would be nice to see some of the young ones get a go, the keeper, and maybe Aaron's get a bit
I'll be shocked if Woodman doesn't start. I'll be shocked.
Yeah, I think he should start, yeah. I think he should.
I think it'll be a very young team. I think it'll be a mixture, but you'll probably see the likes of Aaron's start. I think
Dummett will play just to get more fitness.
Mbemba, I would like to see Mbemba in there.
He did say that'll be a strong team, didn't he, Rafa?
That's what I mean, but if you put the likes of Mbemba, Aarons, Dummett, you'd probably class it as a strong team, because the players that have played in the Premier League.
will play.
Mankiw might play. I think
Xavier should play, really.
I think you're definitely going to see Lascelles or Clark in there. One of them will start.
Is he still
Richie, I would start Richie, because he needs to.
Yeah, I probably would as well, actually, in fairness.
And Joslu, I'd be shocked if Joslu doesn't start, because he didn't play the last game.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Didn't even make it on the pitch, did he, for his old team, Stoke?
No, he didn't. No, and I thought them started crouched, didn't they? That worried the shit out of us.
Oh, when I saw his name on the team sheet, I went, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again. God,
but
didn't
credit
really have a sniff, did he?
And again, and we've banged this drum a few times, well I have, when the cells is on, we just don't concede many.
Speaking of drums, I haven't heard the drum hour. St James's Park. What happened to the drum?
Might have listened to the podcast until I leave that in the fucking cupboard. Because he got absolutely griefed off Walker, didn't he? So.
No, Walker didn't like the drum and the rhythm of the drum.
Yeah, it was the rhythm more than anything. He wasn't wasn't running the hills, was he?
So we're jumping to some questions.
Just Darlow's performance against Stoke, sorry.
Yes, we forgot about
Darlow was magnificent.
He pulled off about 3 unbelievable saves.
That header was up there, like was really up there. Credit where it's due, because he's getting a lot of stick, and to be honest with you, I'm not really saying some of it's not warranted. If you go back to the Everton game when he spooned that header, things like that are poor goalkeeping, but my God, like on that game he was probably a couple of the best saves I've ever seen. Like, so
it was, he did pull off
definitely
saves that saved the game.
Yeah, 100%,
basically
100%. He didn't get the 3 points if it wasn't for his performance. So
right,
full credit to him.
Let's get some questions. We've had a few sent in, but I also said don't send any serious ones in because I just want to have some pints.
What's the Liverpool score?
1-1. Right. Fast Cat Miles, who is a regular listener, Connor, he sends in, do any of you like Ashton? Does Ash live in Ashton? Or does Ash live in Merbeth? It's one of them that are the same, isn't it?
What does he mean by that? What does he mean? The place, Ashton?
Yeah.
Or the club or something? Or the team?
Just the place, I think.
I've never been.
I've never been to Ashton. I don't think I've been.
No, I've never ever been before, I don't know. No idea.
So that was a really strange question. I'm not sure if you want to say, oh, I love it, or oh, it's a fucking shithole.
Well, I haven't been, so I'm sorry, I haven't got a comment. I can't say it's good or bad.
Right, Daryl Mitchell-Hill is back.
Because look, which one's that?
Who? Daryl Mitchell-Hill.
Oh, that's him there. Is that Daryl?
Is this the one you had a conversation with?
Aye, because I got upgraded to first class yesterday on the Virgin train, and he knew the person who I did it for us. I'm having a bit of crack, aye.
Oh, well. He sends in, that Jack Jones lad is a grade A prick. Grade A prick. I fucking hate Jack Jones. Can we talk about Jack Jones for a bit?
With t-shirts and jeans and that?
No, not that one, the fat one.
No idea what you mean.
Facebook twat. He makes the fake videos where he does this. Hang on.
I'm not great with social media.
Hang on, wait there. I'm Jack Jones, right? I'm Jack Jones. You know.
Oh, what?
Hey, mate. That's Jack Jones. He just goes and pretends that he's touching people and annoying people, but they're all like him.
He looks like my mate Dean.
But like,
I've got no idea
it's
who he is,
all so set up.
I don't know who he is.
And today, like, he thought, I think he was trying to be clever on that, and he thought, oh, I'll get a few likes off this tweet. And he sent out saying, oh, blah, 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 if you're waking up when you're you're having a bad mood, and you're in a bad day, depression, blah, 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 and if you're suffering from depression, just, what was it, just run it off and be positive about it. That's not how depression works, you stupid fucking goofy cunt.
Well, the world's going mad anyway, so...
We've really gone off football, one. Yeah, like, anyway, I hate him.
I don't know who he is, but he sounds like a prick.
He is a fucking prick. Someone chucked pizza in his face once. That was good.
He deserves it. That's a waste of pizza, really, but... How the box at him, keep your pizza.
Right, Daryl also sends in, Happy New Year, lads. Thanks, Daryl. All the best.
All the best, Daryl.
Same to you, mate. Do you agree that, though we didn't get them in the order we expected, the 7 points won from our 4 festive games is a brilliant return? And how did Rafa's tactics ruin the reputation of the Premier League?
The 7 points was brilliant.
7 points was fantastic. Like, before Christmas, I would have snapped my hand off. So it was 7 points.
There was something I seen on Twitter. It was Sky, I think, probably just wanking off Tottenham. And I think Tottenham had getting the highest number of points out of the Christmas period, but we were 4th. Like, out of the list that they had on, it was Spurs, someone, then us. And I think Burnley were last or whatever, but absolutely brilliant. I mean, don't get us wrong, the order was slightly different. And you're always greedy, I guess, like, but we could have gotten another 2 against Brighton, because we could have gotten the 3, really.
But then you can flip rounds here. Stoke,
West Ham,
kept us in that.
Yeah, so it is what it is. You know, but 7 points was very good.
Right, Matthew Milton sends in, who would win in a race between you 3 to down a pint? Do it.
It wouldn't
that would be Mark.
Yeah, I would.
If Mark was here, that would
ago,
definitely be Mark.
Yeah. 10 years ago would be me, but not now.
We, on my stag do, right, we went to Wakefield for my stag do, random as fuck, we went to Wakefield. But there was a challenge where someone had to drink a pint of Guinness, a pint of milk, and what was it, a pint of cider or some bullshit like that.
Jack shit, that one.
Right, that's what you had to drink. So I had an app on the phone where you put everyone's name in and you just like randomise it. We just filled the names with Marks. So he was obviously gonna fucking do it. Fucking Mark being Billy Big Bollocks, thinking it was fucking his stag do as he does. I'll do blah blah blah. Next day, we had a bucket waiting. It's fucking coming over his nose.
Oh, was it within seconds?
It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. You know when you eat them Jaffa cakes? Times that by 10.
I reckon it's the combination of your body just can't
I
handle,
just can't stomach
was
it.
Fizzy water, did you say? Sorry.
It was a soda water or something like that. Soda water. So you drink it, then I think it's when the milk hits, it just goes...
That's it, bang.
It just bubbles up.
You cannot... Because at Sam Jackson used to do that order, they had to do 10 star jumps. It's after that.
Imagine Mark doing these 10 star jumps.
They got one lad up who done the whole lot. He drank all of it as if it was nothing, and I was like...
Well, that was Mark.
Okay, now. Did the 10 star jumps. Hell. Absolute hell. Not like fucking...
It's bubbling.
Seen a Game of Thrones or something. That was just hell on, like...
Someone's got a video of that somewhere, hasn't they? We'll post it. We'll post that video somewhere. Right, so Matthew, Mark would definitely win that, hands down. I don't think there's a question, like...
Hands down,
Not when he's whipped in the house, he's not allowed out to play.
I'm too old and sociable these days. I'm like, just sitting me with a pinky in that.
He's got his chinos on today. Stand on your chair, show everyone your chinos.
Are these called chinos, like?
I didn't know.
Just like jeans, isn't it?
Well, that class them as chinos.
Got my new shoes on. They're a bit dirty, like. Oh.
Right, the last one is from Sparky. Marcus Shearer. Shearer. He sends in, would you rather take 3 budget signings, centre forward, number 10 and a goalkeeper, and Ashley in charge until the summer, or no signings but Stavely in charge by February? Feeling that? What's your favourite Monster Munch flavour? We'll do it about the football one first.
It's a difficult one, you know. It's a difficult one.
That's a really
it's tough.
Difficult question, that. But I will guarantee that she takes over in February.
Well, he's saying that she'll be in charge.
In the summer.
But we just won't sign anyone, which...
No, right. 3 budget signings. So I'm classing budget signings like Yoslu and Natsu.
Alright. But with Ashley still, yeah.
With Ashley still, yeah. And in the summer, she takes over. Or...
He hasn't said that, though, has he? He's
just said with Ashley in charge until the summer. But I'm guessing that.
Okay.
Or no signings, Stavely in charge by February. I don't think it makes a difference. There's only one option there because... fucking hell, that's a really hard question. I don't really want to answer it.
It's a tough one because...
As for non-serious questions...
No, I like serious questions.
I like ones about food and stuff, but he does follow it up with a food one, like, to be fair.
I think, for me, you see what Shearer tweeted about... I know he was a bit upset.
August?
He didn't get...
Alan,
aye.
Right.
He was a bit upset that he didn't get invited to the 125 years, which was bullshit, like. And he had said that ex-staff and players are being disrespected.
He slated them.
So I think
that was on Match of the Day too, wasn't it?
Aye. I think that Ashley's... It's more than just a playing squad thing. Like, it's more than just not putting his hand in his pocket for transfers. I think it's as an entirety of the whole club is wrecked under him.
Mark Douglas this week was slating the outside of the ground because St James's Park at the minute looks like a shit tip from the outside.
Yeah, it does. Well, it's like that inside now because it hasn't had any money. I mean,
but how's the fucking painted the floor? And the East Stand made me feel sick.
That's true. I see. Well, I'm in the Platinum Club, and I used to go there when Bobby Robson was there.
Because he's got his fucking chinos on, he goes in the Platinum Club.
It hasn't changed, you know. Like, it's the furniture's the same, the carpets are the same. Like, it's been like that for like 12 years, 13 years.
This is the most fucking poshest thing I've ever heard. I've had a fucking new carpet in 20
what I'm saying
years.
though is like, if you look at any club that's... It's stupid to probably say these, but if I say Man City, have you been to Man City's ground since then I've been there? Because I've been about 3 times. Every time you go, there's something else that's been added. So now they're outside, it's like... They've got big screens outside.
Well, we had
pubs and bars outside.
Oh, well, let's be fair. We had the Wonga mural. We've had the gates stuck on a wall. We've had the electronic boards on the outside of the pitch, which they really confuse me.
Why have they took the time away?
No, they haven't.
They have, like.
They haven't.
It's not where it was.
It's in the dugout. It's where the dugout is.
Well, that's no good for me, is it?
There's one on the side of the dugout.
Well, why haven't the...
Because my eyes automatically go to the corner and they're not there anymore.
They're not there
anymore. They're on the dugout in the corner of the dugout.
That's just ridiculous. But...
As a player, would that not confuse you? Because when we were playing Brighton, the advertisements was the same colour as what Brighton was wearing.
I think they're used to that.
Do you reckon?
Liverpool must have scored there.
It was so strange. Like, I've watched that and like my eyes are just focused on the things. I'm just watching the boards like that.
I mean,
because on the outside of the pitch now,
I don't look at the boards, to be honest with you, at all, really. But as the ground, it's the thing. It's never changed, has it?
No.
At all. Has it
Apart
ever
from the
changed?
Wonga mural.
If you
And Shiraz changed.
You look at Sports Direct signs, take them away. I think that's the only thing that he's added in 11 years or 10 years, however long it's been. It's never. Hasn't even like a paint. Well, apart from your East Stand thing, but
on the floor.
Apart from that, there's been nothing. Has there? Just put them here.
I just put it on the table. Looks scared to talk. Looks just warm. I'm just scared to talk. Do you want to come in the shot?
Come on, come over here.
What are you whispering for? We're like currently talking here. But nothing. There's been no revelation, no improvement of the squad, no maintenance of the
ground, just nothing at all.
And that was the point of Mark was saying. He went, you look at the plastic crests. So remember where the box office used to be? Not now. Is it there now? The box office fucking changes every fucking week, doesn't it?
It's moved back the way.
Right, the entrance to Terrace Bar.
Because I liked it better when that used to be the club shop. Like, it used to be the... Remember when it used to be the club shop at the
now it's the entrance to some of the boxes, isn't it?
Aye, yes. Well, you've got the Terrace Bar and you've got the entrance to the boxes as well.
If you look at some of look above there, there's like a plastic crest.
Yes, behind Robson's statue.
Aye, like, and what we're saying, they just look so cheap. There's like nothing about this outside of this club now that attracts you to the club. And see, before that was took, there was like the brickwork just needed a good wash. It looked absolutely filthy. I know it's stupid for us as fans to think, well, the stadium looks like shit, but that's us. That as a presentation, that's a football club.
It is. I don't know, because I like the nostalgia of keeping things the way they were. So the box office looks dead old now. It does, but I don't mind that so much. Did he score, Virgil? He scored.
Did he?
But I do get what you're saying. I mean, it hasn't changed at all and I'm not expecting to change every week, of course, but this has been, I think, about 13, 14 years that I can remember that it just has not changed, period, like, at all. And that's not good, man.
I fucking hate where they put the Shearer statue as well.
I thought they could have put it on the bit of grass which is in front of the Robson one, if you like, where you've got where the...
Opposite.
I kind of could have put it there, but for whatever reason I've put it there. I don't know why they've done that, but here's what it is.
Well, at the point now where we're like complaining about statues and the position of the statues.
I don't know. I think when I see other clubs, I mean, then again, look at Stoke.
The Gallagher, man, he had to be in front of the Gallagher. So stupid to talk about it,
but he won't. Actually, he won't do that. Will he? Like, he's not going to do that. Like,
aye.
It might get moved, when we get different owners. But Ashley wouldn't have him. I'm surprised he even got made. Even put where it was put. With Ashley being there because he hates him for whatever reason.
Right. So we're calling it.
January.
January, as in transfer window, nothing's happening.
Yeah, it's really bad. And I know people are going on Twitter having a right go saying it's only the 6th and people are already kicking off. We're kicking off because manager today's even just says, I don't know what I've got to spend. I don't know.
Right, deep down, I think something is happening. Right, and we've seen that lad Tom break things. Well, I'm saying break things. He mugged a lot of reporters off this week. And I don't think a lot of reporters, because he did go a bit about it, like saying, I found it out before you. He wasn't very gracious the way he went on at times. But he figured out about this new company, and no matter what anyone says, the fact that she doesn't open businesses left, right and centre, no matter still started this new company, and it's mirroring how Man City was bought. There's something in that.
Well, I was surprised.
Has to be.
Who was the reporter that's breaking his neck on his profile? Look Edwards. He's falling off his chair. Is it Luke Edwards? Is it? I hope he listens to this. Your profile picture is just horrendous. Like, sort your life out, man. Like, what is that picture about? Have you seen it?
Is Luke Edwards the bald one?
No, he's like. He gets a lot of respect on Twitter.
Is he the bald one?
No, he's not bald. Is he bald? Is he? No, he's bald.
Is that the one that told people to grass on me?
Imagine if you had a stroke in your chair and fell backwards. There you go. That's his profile picture.
It is.
That's it, right? That's it, right? I can't understand.
It's Luke Edwards. Do you know when I designed that flag? He must have
interviewed a player. He must have, in his time, interviewed a player. Have a picture with a player or something. There, look at that.
It is.
Well, I'm not saying like that.
No, but you should have just one like this.
Look, show it again. That's it there. Like, what's that
about?
I
do not want to see what's happening below him.
But anyway, he was very quick to like go, nah, the figure hasn't been agreed, blah, 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 there's no further forward, etc., etc. I found it quite surprising that I'm not. Some fans and some people went so like, wow, this is it.
Yeah.
But when you look at the nitty gritty, as what you're saying, she hasn't owned many companies before. This mirrors what happened with City, identically to what happened there.
Same people involved
as well. For him to just go, nah, she's opened it because she wants to buy a kebab shop. Basically, he was just totally saying it was fake. I think that was a bit shit by him, or a bit naive, really. Because
I don't think it was naive.
I say it, I think it's like, it does look to me as if something's going on. Like, why would she start a business off when it looks the same?
And I like the way that Tom put it out there, and he broke it down for us, because I didn't understand a fucking clue.
No.
But he broke it down in like layman's terms, didn't he? And like, I understood what he was saying, and a lot of people probably wouldn't take that much effort and put that much effort in.
That was good.
So
and it was very quiet for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. No one, right?
Oh, about 12 hours?
Oh, they were just now. Whether or not they were in the background, going mental.
Because that was quite late. Was that about 8-9 o'clock or something like that? That first one about the new company.
In fairness to Douglas and a lot of them, they don't. Doesn't matter really what time it is. They don't seem to sleep. In all fairness to them, I'll be honest. They're on there if something happens.
Especially a couple of years ago, where the club weren't releasing anything till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. So they couldn't get it.
So obviously they've had to investigate. They went away, investigated, and turned around. We've been told by her people there's nothing to do with Newcastle United.
Nothing now. Her people are like
who
are them speaking to? Because I don't know. I'm not clever enough to know, but this NDA business, and they're not allowed to say what they're going to say.
If that was my mates, right? If I was a man of safety, right? My mates were like talking to reporters now. I'd be like, who the fuck are you? Like, jeopardising everything. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying the reporters are wrong in what they've said. They probably are right, because they do have sources and links to people.
It still fucks us off that he went on holiday, mind you. That still annoys us.
Where did he go last time when he was on holiday?
America, wasn't it?
But is it was it the transfer window he's on holiday?
Oh, last January.
Was that when it was?
I don't know. All I know he's went to America twice in the space of 3 weeks. And listen, he's entitled to how he wants to go.
It shows you a lot that a man of Steve's been at St James's Park more times than Mike Ashley has this season. That's fucking ridiculous. He's the owner of our football club.
It will happen. I really guarantee it'll happen. It will happen, but it's just pissing us off that it's taken so long. But it doesn't surprise us, because no matter what we do takes so long.
Yeah.
Like, even trying to sign a player who wants to come, literally is hit the fucking door wanting to sign.
It took 15 years to replace the carpet in the bloody Platinum Club. They still haven't done it.
It doesn't. They're just so slow and so disorganised. And
right, Marcus Shearer also said we'll end on this. Favourite flavour of Monster Munch. I'm going to go straight in it, Flame Hot.
Well, that's what I normally have as hot stuff. So.
Well, that's goes for the pickle, don't you?
They're nice though, actually, aren't they?
It's flaming hot. It's always flaming hot.
I'll get some tomorrow. I'll put it. I'm going to buy some tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just fancy some.
Next week we'll just break some and see how many Monster Munch more can fit in his mouth.
Definitely. Yeah. Sounds good.
Right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
We'll
do housekeeping. What
we're doing?
Thanks to International Glass Consultants.
I wear the glass.
And thanks to our new sponsor. I was supposed to wear his t-shirt tonight, but I went to the post office to pick it up. It was shut. Just sorry. And that is a GUGLIELMO Clothing. GUGLIELMO. We'll put a link.
What should it sign in?
Rob Fish sent in a question. Rob!
Oh, we've got to get Rob in.
Rob! What he sent? Rob! GUGLIELMO Clothing. I'll put a link in the thing. Also, listeners and watchers of the podcast, you get 10% off. So, using the code, I think it's AWSF Pod. Put that in the little code and you get 10% off.
Before we go on to Rob's question, I just want to read out what Don Hutchison's just tweeted. I really, really hope what I'm hearing is bullshit about Rafa considering walking. I don't know if all is well with the takeover in January transfer budget.
Hang on.
It's just a picture of me mate sent us.
All right. I'll tell you can't piss off. Not you made him. Right, Rob Fish sends in that case, I think he's talking about the fact that I said I didn't want any serious questions. What's your favourite episode of the US Office? Seriously, is there a risk of losing... Oh, fuck up. Right. Favourite episode of the US Office?
Never watched it.
Oh, have you not? Oh, watch it, mate. It's absolutely unbelievable. My favourite episode is the one where there's a bat loose in the office. Or maybe it's the same one where Dwight pretends there's a fire in the office and he fucking blow torches all the handles so people can't touch it.
I've got no idea what you're
What's your favourite one, Adam? Parkour is a good episode. Right. Seriously, is there a risk of losing Rafa in the takeover?
Yes.
Fucking how the fuck did that just... Why does this happen all the time? Remember when you was text you about Wilshere and
That was
Montalvo?
unreal, wasn't it?
Twice.
Yeah.
Now he's just mentioned the same thing as what we're just talking about.
Not in regards to the takeover. Well, actually, no. Sorry, I get what he's saying now. If it doesn't happen,
I don't think Rafa will walk mid-season. I think he'll probably walk at the end of the season if it doesn't happen. Because if we don't spend money this fucking transfer window, we're fucked. Oh shit! I really didn't want to end this on a negative. How do we improve it from right now?
It does worry as well.
Deka, take your shirt off.
That'll not improve anything. That'll not improve anything at all.
How do I improve
My 6
it?
pack's gone. You can't really. You can't improve it.
I know, you improve it.
Yo, so
Lou. I score 1, I score 2.
A season.
Lou. Alright, everyone, thanks for watching, listening. Bye! Fuck you, Mock.